Good afternoon. I'm Aishwarya Sahasrabudhe and I'm talking to you from the Integrated Newsroom at the Asian College of Journalism. Catalan is going on strike today in light of the police violence that injured hundreds during the referendum on Sunday. Schools, colleges, business institutions, and even the football club in Barcelona will be shut in contempt of this brutality. Catalan, which is an independent region in the northeastern part of Spain, was pushing for an independent state through this referendum. Today, we have with us Arvind Prasanna, who will be telling us more about the situation in Catalan. Hi, Arvind. So, let's begin at the beginning. What is Catalonia and who are the Catalans?
Catalonia was originally known as the Principality of Catalonia. So these people are they're not part of Spain as such. Though comes under Spain, it has enjoyed a vast amount of autonomy since its inception in the 12th century.
Right.
So basically, the region has about 1,000 years of history to go with the autonomous thing.
Okay.
So Catalan is also a separate language spoken in in these areas. There are other regions that speak the same language, mainly Valencia, the Agron, those things.
Yeah.
Those regions, a specific few regions, they speak this language called Catalan. So basically, their vote for independence is almost justified given that they have enjoyed a lot of autonomy and they have a very huge population, about 7.5 million, which rivals that of Switzerland. Right. So you can see why they want a separate state for themselves.
Yes, but what exactly is this Catalonian referendum, so to speak? What does it entail?
As with any referendum, it is a yes or no referendum. So basically, it entails that whether they want a separate state with the tag of republic.
Okay.
Republic of Catalonia,
right.
Something like that.
Right.
For now, so they want to basically secede from Spain. Nothing much.
Okay.
The referendum is quite simple. Though how we got here is quite a big, very epic tale in itself. Because starting with the dictatorship of General Francisco Franco,
right.
which ended in 1975. After the constitution was instated in Spain in I think 1978, Catalonia had a very vast amount of autonomy given to it.
Right.
So much so that it even had a separate parliament and a president as well.
Yes.
So this all ended during the 2008 depression,
yes.
which severely hit upon the Catalans,
right.
More so than anyone else in Spain. So basically, in 2010, most of its autonomy was revoked, and by 2014, the first referendum was held.
Right.
This referendum didn't fly, even though most of it was a positive thing. About 5.4 million votes were registered, and of that 80% were on the positive side for independence.
Yes.
And later on in 2015, in the general elections in the region of Catalan, the separatists won, and then they set about framing a referendum, which ultimately culminated in the vote on Sunday.
Right. So today we see that there has been a 10% increase in the number of voters who support this particular separatist ideology. But Spain today says that this referendum is invalid. So do you think this is a violation of democracy?
Well, on the basis of constitution, of course, the referendum is illegal. Yeah, it is
right.
not valid at all.
Of course.
Okay, but what is condemnable is that the fact Spain decided to handle the whole invalid vote.
Right.
I mean, there was violence, a lot of violence.
Right.
Women were pulled by the hair out of the
right.
voting booth. Most of the booths were vandalized. There was a lot of brutality going on here everywhere. There was indiscriminate charging and all that. Tear gas. I don't think tear gas was used. Not sure about that.
But still, it was.
It was quite brutal. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. On addition to that, most of the fact that this was done with the help of the local police kind of
yes.
put some more precedent in immediate issue on
right. So there was an instance actually where firefighters were trying to protect the people, but the police were still using batons on them and literally pushing them out of voting areas. So do you have to say anything about this situation?
It is quite It is quite a condemnable.
I mean, when two enforcements of the law itself are fighting against each other, so one is protecting the people and one which is supposed to protect the people is actually
quite ironically, it is quite an irony. Yes, and very, very, very condemnable. I'm not even going to bother defending those guys. Despite the vote being illegal, they should not have undertaken such a violent disruption.
Right.
About 844 people were injured.
Yes,
and most of them suffered minor injuries, and thank God they were just minor anxiety attacks. There were no fatalities, thank goodness.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That is true. And now, where do you think Catalan and Spain will go from here? And do you think there will be any involvement of the EU in this particular situation?
The European Commission and its President Jean-Claude Juncker have outright stated that this referendum is illegal and will not fly.
Right.
However, they have urged both the sides, the Parliament of Catalan and the Parliament of Spain, to go into talks instead of going into. They've asked them to take care of it peacefully. And
Right.
since this is not an official referendum, as they said, it is an internal matter within Spain,
Right.
so they can't get involved directly as such.
Of course.
Okay, but EU has vested interests in this thing because Catalan is one of the largest GDP contributors to Spain.
Right.
About as much as 16% of GDP of Spain comes from Catalan, and on top of that, Catalan is the richest area in Spain.
In Spain, yes.
Okay, so it comes. Everyone has a vested interest in what comes of this,
Right.
and as such, Madrid and the Catalan separatists are going to have a talk in another couple of days,
Right.
to decide what are they going to make of this.
Right. Okay. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully everything turns out for the best.
Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.